Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're well. It's Alessio speaking today from Snowdonia in Wales, in the beautiful town of Betsy Coed, I think that's how it's pronounced. By the way, if you ever want to get away from London or any city, just come over here. I mean, this is an amazingly peaceful and relaxing place, and just sit outside and have a beer or something. Anyway, guys, what's happening right now in the stock market is very interesting. So you probably have seen the strong rally, very powerful rally in the stock market, which started about late December and has really continued into February, as you can see here. Now, the problem is that essentially what's happening, what's driving this market even higher now, is a specific kind of crowd. It's called the FOMO crowd, F-O-M-O, the fear of missing out crowd. All right, and essentially, and I'll tell you how I know this. Just to let you know that according to a key measurement of the stock market called the Fear and Greed Index, the Fear and Greed Index has now gone actually quite extremely into the greed territory. All right, so we saw a spike and actually a real surge in the greed section of the Fear and Greed Index, which is essentially a contrarian indicator. It's often a signal, hey, you know what, we've got to be very careful and very cautious over here. The second thing that we need to be aware of is something that Jason Geppert talked about just recently in one of his reports. Jason Geppert, in case you're not familiar, he looks at the sentiment of the markets. He looks at statistics in the markets, and he looks at whether people or investors in general, are they getting more pessimistic or are they getting very optimistic? At the moment, what seems to be happening is investors and people in general are getting very optimistic, over-optimistic. And the reason we know that is because, according to one of his reports recently, Ma and Pa investor have been piling into the market. Okay, Ma and Pa investor are, not your sophisticated trader crowd, not the institutions, not the professional traders in the city. No, these are just average folks, people probably like your mom and dad, all right, who probably listening to the news, like the business news, for example, and they think, oh, okay, this is probably a good time to pile into the market. And usually when Ma and Pa investor are getting interested, that's a good sign. You know what? Something is not quite right. The Fear Greed Index also is, of course, a red flag. So I would say the fact that Ma and Pa investor and greed is, getting into the market, the fear of missing out, this is actually a very good time to be very afraid and be cautious about the market. Don't get me wrong here. I'm not saying the market's going to crash. So I'm not saying, hey, the market's going to go crash back down to December's lows. No. All I'm saying is this is probably a time when you might actually see a retracement in the market. So this just means that we need to be very cautious and probably step back and see how the market responds at this point. And by the way, guys, before I go, just to let you know that we cover a lot more material in the member videos. So make sure you check out our member videos. We cover in detail the stock markets, of course, the currencies, and also Bitcoin and some of the cryptos as well. All right, guys, hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye for now.